Hello, hobby friends. Am I there? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? How are you tonight? I hope you have lots of exciting projects to work on and play with, because that's what we're here for. It is Webway Weekend Hobby Hangout number 3. Look at us go, all the way up to number 3. And in my head it was kind of pirates themed, but then they announced the pre-orders for the avatar, so now I'm just like, it's all about the avatar. To answer your question, John Wayne, it's nice to see that John Wayne is in the chat, by the way. The avatar is ordered. In fact, I ordered 2, which is not because I'm going insane, it's because I'm painting one for someone else. So I have lots of things to come. I also got some shining spears as well. Thank you for letting me know, Gil. That's good. If there are any technical problems, just let me know. I don't get feedback like that. I mean, I bet there's probably a way of doing it with, I don't know, magic, YouTube magic somehow. But anyway, I'm sure you'll let me know if something suddenly goes terribly wrong. We've been all right so far, I think, other than a little bit of lag. Cool. All right. So what are you working on, guys? How's it all going? What did you order today? I got everything that was in the boxes when I got the box, so I didn't order any of the box stuff. But yeah, I got the avatar and I got myself some shining spears, and I'm very, very excited. Then there is now a link. Normally our lovely friend and moderator from our Eldar, Science Pie, posts the link regularly, but I actually thought, oh, hang on, I can put that in the description as well, can't I? So I've done that this time, Science Pie. Hopefully that'll be handy for people. So that link takes you to Discord. Actually, I should get that open on my thing over here. And on there you can post exciting things, as in what you're working on, or not what you're working on, whatever. Just post minis, make them Eldar minis, and everyone will be happy. And we'll talk about them. Oh, something else I thought about as well. This is up to you guys, but if people want, I tend to just be positive about it because that's what we're here for, right? To have fun. If people want, comments and critiques and stuff on miniatures, mention it, and then people in the chat can, say, oh, this looks awesome. Maybe you should bust up the highlights a little bit or whatever, and give you some feedback as well, because we're, here to grow and learn as well. And isn't that lovely and exciting? And if you are giving feedback, you're all very lovely people, but remember the golden rule of the turd sandwich, right? A nice piece of bread, the turd, and then a nice piece of bread. Say something nice, say what you think could be improved, say something nice again. That's how you give feedback. All right, okay, enough chat. Let's get into, what I'm working on. If I can work out how to use this software. There you go, there's my desk. So my challenge for today is going to be pirates. Where's my camera? There's my camera. Look at these gorgeous pirates. They're all built up, but they are pure grey, so it's going to be interesting to see how far we can get them today. I wonder if I can always do that later. That's fine. Yeah, cool. I like them. I think they're cool. They apparently are not like the most. Well, it depends. So I did a little bit of swatting up before the stream tonight, because just before whilst I was cooking, what's his name? Auspex Tactics released his review. Not his review, his tier list of the codex, and so I was watching that and learning what's good and what's not good, because I haven't even got a game in yet. Who's got a game in? Let me know. How did it go? Yeah, apparently these guys in the, like, when you just take them as like the regular troops thing, they are meh, but when you take them with the like Psyker and all that as like the weird mixy group, then they're all right apparently. So that'll be cool. But I'll be honest with you, as with most of my minis, I buy them because I think they're pretty, and these guys are super pretty. Where's my, it's hard to pick a fave. Oh, I mean, this gal is a stunner. That is such a cool mini. She is pure death. And the movement on that, look at that, as I turn it around, actually that's a good illustration of the movement on that. She's gorgeous, love her. But this one's got a bird. He's got a bird. Look at that. That's so cool. That is like the most precarious mini in my collection, I think. Oh, well, maybe I've got some worse. Eldar tend to be pretty spindly, don't they? But that is... what a beast. What a beast. Love it. All right. So let me have a quick look at chat. See how it's going. Sounds good. Yes, I ordered my avatar. We did that. This is something I think I'll look at the feed in a second to see if people... I also thought the avatar was going to be a crazy price, and then I ordered it from my my local game store this morning, and I was like, is that right? Because it's got the 20% discount as well on top of it, so I was like, really? Oh, I don't feel so bad buying two now, although one of them is not for me. I was also very much expecting it to be in the 90 quid range, and it wasn't, so that was good. Just the shining spears for wild fish. All right. Oh, fine. Missing out on the avatar. All right. Howdy, Akaimi. Nice to see you. I always pull back a little bit when I say your name, because I'm always like, am I saying it right? I mean, it's Akaimi, right? I can't imagine another way of saying that. And if it's Japanese, then I know I'm saying it right. But anyway. Yes, hello. Sorry, I had my hobby money spent for the month, and some DG possessed and Plague Marine, Death Guard possessed and Plague Marines. Gonna order PBC to round out my next 2k points. PBC, Plague Bearer Champion. Okay, all of these acronyms. Warhammer. Yeah, an avatar next month. Okay, fine. Spend your money on non-Eldar things then. All right. Hello, Mr. Perk Ogre. Yes, welcome everybody. There's the link, post it there. One game with Harlequin so far. I heard that they are nuts. That they I saw like when I'm scrolling through YouTube and stuff, I see stuff. But I did see that they are doing very well. So how did the game go, Gil? Yes, okay. And I'm pronouncing it correctly. That's good, thank you, Akaimi. This is non-alcoholic beer. I'm a very good boy. I'm a very, very good boy. Been like weirdly sort of not under the weather, but just like randomly getting much more tired than I really should be recently. So I don't know what that's about. I think I might just be fighting off some kind of a cold. Should we see? Let's look. Is it worth having a look? We got a couple of things in, but I'll leave it for a little bit. I'll let you guys get settled in. I've got a big spot on my nose. Shh, don't tell anyone. Yeah, get settled in and then get some snaps with your phone. Throw them up on, or not with your phone. You can take nicer ones if you want. But get them up on the old Discord. And let's see what you're working on. It's all very exciting. All right, I've swapped out. This is going to be interesting. I've swapped out to this board, and you might be able to guess why when I do this, especially. Gong! Because we're going to be doing some airbrushing today, which is exciting. And if you know how to airbrush and all that, then it doesn't matter. But if you don't have an airbrush, might be interesting for you. I don't know. This is my process anyway. Oh, I should have filled that up. We'll be all right. Only problem is, one, that noise, which will stop because I've got a compressor with a tank, but then it'll come back on again. And the other thing is, I am going to be a good boy and put my mask on, which means that I'm going to be talking like this to you, which I hope is all right. Shouldn't be too long. It normally takes me only even if I'm being very careful, it'll only be like, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. So we should be all right. The paints that I use in my airbrush are almost exclusively nowadays these bad boys, the Molotov refill range. They're just perfect for airbrush. They go in, you don't have to dilute them. There are lots of colours. Some more like they either have like these insane saturated colours, or they tend to be a little bit more muted. Because they're going for opacity, because they're used a lot by street artists and what have you. Told you that, turn off, that's good. So, you know, some of the colours, sometimes you'd be like, oh, that might be nice. But most of the time with an airbrush, you're not doing the detail of the colour scheme or whatever. I think you're kind of laying down blocks. That's how I use it anyway. You're laying down blocks of colour and what have you, and then later on you go in and you'll adjust with regular painting techniques. So I normally find it's all right. The colours that I'm going to use specifically today, I think this is one. No, that's zinc yellow. I want the acid yellow. I've got too many of these. Don't tell my husband that I spend so much money on paints and minis. Shh, this is in the other room. All right. So, what colours that I wanted were turquoise, which you look like your turquoise. Yes, turquoise, lovely. And there it is. It's hiding in the back. This acid yellow. Ba-bam. So we're going to pop that over there. There are these. Let's have a quick look here. What's going on in the chat? Best one is bird one, no question. Yeah, I mean, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's got a bird. It's got a bloody bird. It's not going to get much better than that, is it? What is with like the Warhammer community and little animals? We're big fans. We're big fans of little animals. When that crab came out, people went insane for the crab, and it was just a crab. It wasn't even a bird. So, I mean, it was a big crab, to be fair. DDD. Good evening, Will Miller. Nice to have you join us, sir. Tabled third round against Grey Knights. You were tabled. Oh, boo. Never mind. These things happen. That's the way it goes sometimes. You just get on the back foot and it don't work. And the one with all the fancy stones, yeah, she's pretty cool as well. Where is she? Where did she go? Where are you, love? I did build you that way. There she is. I'll just be... Should we just get a little bit closer? There we go. That's easier for me. I was a little bit put off when this happens sometimes. One should always reserve opinion, right? Because the heavy metal team are obviously, you know, some of the world's best painters, and they do a really good job of a very specific type of painting, right? The heavy metal style has been honed to show you minis. I think that's something that people miss sometimes. Like, of course, grimdark or like beautiful volumetric shading and OSL and all that kind of stuff is phenomenal and grand and wonderful. But you see the mini most of the time when the heavy metal team does it, and that's what they're doing. They're selling the mini to you. They're saying these are the shapes. This is what it looks like. You know. Anyway, that's the heavy metal style. So the one thing I was a little bit put off when I saw the paint job on her, because I thought her face looked really weird, and in this lighting it looks even weirder. So this is not going to do me not going to get across what I want it to get across, but I think that she looks much better in person. So I hope I can do just. I've left them almost all except for the Farseer type guy, bareheaded, and then obviously the assassin-y type character, the ninja, has got a mask on. But yeah, get some face painting practice in, because why not? All right, let us do it. Yes, post your minis. It's not just me who's working. Oh, there's me without glasses on. It's actually how I am most of the time. And now we're going on with mask.
Am I still audible? Do I sound like Darth Vader? I wish. I sound more like a fucking... Oops, don't swear, Greg. I sound more like a Dalek, I think. Anyway, let's get painting. Exciting times. So, we're going in with turquoise. I have a thing, actually. I should use it, but I don't. And this is running, yes. Get some green in. Yeah, I'll try and get this done relatively quickly, because I know wearing a mask is not necessarily brilliant for YouTube, but at the same time I hope it's sort of interesting to see some live airbrushing. Maybe. Should we do a little zoomy zoom? I think I can do that. Let's see. Can I do that? I thought I could. Where's my zoomy zoom? No. Ah, there it is. Zoomy zoom. Zoomy zoom. Zoomy zoom. Yeah. All right. Let's get painting. Exciting. Oh, there we go. This is. Put that over there. All right. So as I say, paint goes straight in with Molotow, which is nice, and then let's spray on. My airbrush is not. There we go. Airbrush behaving badly. Of course it is, because I'm doing it live. There it goes again. Okay. And the lady is nearly green. All right. Nope, not all right. So the issue I'm having is they are very fiddly, these little ladies. Okay. Yeah. As Science Pie just asked, how is everyone finding the list building and the models? The rules. As I say, I haven't had a chance to play a game or even really look at the rules. I got the book over there. You can actually see, if you look at my tiny little screen in the corner, you can see my little collection of books that are in this room. But yeah, I mean, it kind of felt like everything was leaked anyway, so I didn't feel like massively compelled to pour through the book when it arrived, but I do want to have a little look, see what's going on in Rules Land. I don't play very often, but I do enjoy. Looks like Mr. Ogre squeezed most out of old Ulfway. Looking forward to playing it. Nice. Ulfway are like being touted as the strongest, right? I believe. Although, you know, I don't know. Obviously, the rules and all that, it's part of the game. You know, ostensibly why we're here, but I'm not a meta chaser. Luckily, I play Ulfway anyway, so fine by me. But if you don't play Ulfway, I'm sure you can find a list. That's the other thing they're saying about 9th edition as well, right? Is that the internal balances on the codexes are good, so you play what you like, especially if you're just playing for fun. Oh, I'm doing that. Oh, so good, so good. You're having a little spray all day. What I think we'll do is, how many? We've got three. Never mind. If you're wondering why I'm painting them turquoise, it's because I'm putting into practice something like a painting strategy, let's call it, that I've been working on recently. You can find lots of videos on my channel about that if you're interested in anything like that. Yeah, underpainting basically, so painting with sort of maybe unexpected base colors and then layering transparent color over the top to get some really interesting deep effects. So I'm kind of reusing a recipe from one of my own experiments, and I'm going to try and adjust it a little bit live on camera tonight to see if I can get some interesting work on the, particularly on the capes, because these bad boys are all caped. Some of them with funky lizard skin things. And one of them has something that I think may be skin sewn together. Maybe one of our Drukari friends. But most of them just have a plain old regular cloaks. So I do like a good cloak, me. I do like a good cloak. Are we all straight up? Yes, and we're out of paint in there. Good timing. And there's that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do one more. And then I'll take a quick break so that you don't have to listen to my muffled voice too much. See, I was really in two minds about this mask thing because I do genuinely wear a mask when I airbrush myself. Because it's safer and it's what they advise you to do. But at the same time, they are acrylic paints. They're like specifically non-toxic. I don't know. It's got to be bad for your lungs though, innit? Let's be honest. And anyway, I don't want to get a raft of people telling me, oh my god, you need to be wearing a mask. Oh, you know what I just realised? We'll save this guy. Oh, I need to zoom out. I'm too far in. Zoom out. No, out. How about this? Good. I was going to do something with this guy, and I didn't. So now I'm just going to stick his backpack on. So we'll pop him to the side for a minute. Let's do Sniper Man. Okay. That's Baharoth was the was who what's her name? Auspex Tactics said was just like the character basically, I think. Put nothing there. He's the one that's going to do all of the damage. Yeah, that's right, Gil. You're right. We don't want anything in our lungs other than air, really, do we? Let's be honest. So that's why I'm being a good boy. I wonder if there's a less sort of equally safe but slightly less invasive mask option for streamers. I wonder if someone makes a
streamer specific. Look, that's my real voice out there. Oof, it's better. The streamer specific gas mask. I doubt it, but there you go. I'm just going to give that a quick clean because I don't want paint to dry in there. And yes, Baharoth, all of them should be absolute monsters. And I mean, like they all seem to be pretty strong. None of them are like quite at Baharoth's level, apparently, but they're all pretty nasty in this new edition. Right, I took my mask off because I wanted to very quickly see what you lovely people have posted, if anything. You better have posted something. Ah, you naughty people. There's still only those 3 things. Well, we're going to look at them then, because I think one of them is really cool. Beep, beep, beep. I want to go to this one next, please. Doomp. There we go. So this is where you need to be posting your minis, you naughty people. You need to be showing me what you got so we can all talk about it and share. Not Baharoth. Science Pie. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? One moment, please, whilst we solve this small technical hitch. Shloop, shloop, shloop. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Now we can actually see what we're looking at. Lovely. From Science Pie there. He's working on the OG lady. Sorry. In my head, the Wraith... what's she called? The Wraith Seer. There you go. The Wraith Seer is female because the character that I wrote for mine is female, so I always refer to them as she's. But anyway, the Wraith Seer, they are absolutely awesome. Love this model. Got mine up there somewhere. Oh, you can't see me, can you, on this one? But yes. Okay, then we got this. It's very cool. Look at that. Is that? I mean, not only 3D printed to store your little dicey dice for your magic powers, but also that looks like have you done a dual what do they call it, dual print, whatever it's, we use 2 colors, or did you swap out, or did you print them separately and glue them on? I don't know. I want to know. Tell me more, Gil. It was Gil who posted this, right? Yes. Yes, lovely, nice, keeping track. And Morgan Ra. Oh, I cannot wait to paint this guy. He's on my shelf as well. Very excited. Very excited. I'm gonna paint. I've got a bunch of I've got a set of the boys as well, the Dark Reapers as well. So I'm gonna do those first. Get kind of an idea of what's going on with how I want to do them, and then work it out from there for the big boy. All right, anyway, that's where you post, so get post in there so we can have a look and see what's going on with all you people. Place a microphone inside the mask. It's not a bad idea if my microphone didn't look like... Hang on, I'll swap quickly to... you can get my big head. This is what my microphone looks like. So... might be a bit difficult. If I had a little tiny mask, a little tiny microphone, it would also, we would go into extreme, what do you call it? What's it called? What's the ASMR? ASMR. That's what it's called. We'd go into like extreme, like, and now I'm going to paint the mini. Oh well, yes, but yeah, I'd have to whisper, right? Because it would be right up against my mouth there. We are now going to proceed with airbrushing. If you're wondering what that strange sound is over there, that's my bloody cat, who likes to randomly make crying sounds like that, even though there's absolutely nothing wrong with him. The little bugger. Alright, so that's enough ASMR. Oh, did I do the thing? I think I did the thing. I think I did the naughty thing. I've got a confession to make. I'll go back to this quickly so you can see my confession in all its hideous glory, as well as a few boxes that are in similar disarray. My bits organisation consists of this. One massive sack, disorganised sprues. It's a Forge World sack from when I was painting all those, what do you call them, the Kriegsmen for that guy, lovely Thomas. And what I've gone and done, I think, oh, what are you going to do, Craig? What are you going to do? You know what, we'll leave it separate. We'll say it's a sub-assembly. The main chief guy does not have his backpack on. He doesn't have his what do you call it, his like warp vane thing, or he actually has a flag, right? Because I was thinking of making a custom one. And then I completely forgot about that thought, and did not make him a custom one, but also did not stick on his actual one. So yeah, it's now an official sub-assembly that I will, paint lovingly separately at a later date, because I've been wanting to paint these little buggers all week, and I have been waiting for today, and I'm not going to let anything stand in my way, and I'm not going to be digging through that bloody sack
on live stream. It might be quite interesting actually, because I don't really know what's in there anymore. Bad form. I'm going to move to a big house in the country, and I'm going to have an entire barn dedicated to bits. That's what I'll do. Yes, good idea. And I'll buy it with all of the money I make from magic. Alright, so back to spraying. Get your works in progress in that bloody thing in the Discord, my good friends. So, what are people's mechanics? What mechanics are you liking for our new friends? We've got, they're all good, right? But what's really got you excited to play with your new toys? Because we've got all new battle focus, which was kind of cheeky, man. With the way they handled that, I was like, So basically, not what you originally. Well, it was, but they left out very important stipulations on the rules, right? Naughty Warhammer community people. And of course, we got our fate dice. So very, very exciting. That's one thing that I haven't looked through, and shame on me. But what are the strats looking like? Have we got a lot of? I'm assuming it's going to be like just kind of the old, the ones we know, but kind of 9th edified. But are there any like really nasty or not so nasty but interesting ones in there? I don't know. You tell me. And of course, all our psychic powers. All of our lovely psychic powers. I remember, like, when I was scanning over some of those, I was like, okay, it's, they've toned this down a little bit. Some of them seem not quite as beastly as they once were, and that's okay. Not everything has to be beast mode. I don't know why I'm painting this bird green. He's not going to be green. Anyway. This is also acting as my base coat, so my undercoat. Alright. Almost there with round 1 of the engreenifying. I've been doing this all off camera, probably. What a terrible, terrible man I am. Okay. Almost. Come on, love. It's almost out. We've got just 2 more to greenify. And then we've got quite a bit of yellowing to do as well, but that's fine too. Fate dice are cool, but it can also finally run Swooping Hawks without them being tragic. Yeah, that's it, innit? Like, you can actually run the cool models from Eldar. I mean, they're all cool, but you know what I mean, like the aspect warriors and that kind of stuff, and it not be painful. So yeah, that is definitely big benefit of this new codex. I really appreciate GW trying to make everything at least a little bit playable as well. I think that makes such a difference to the game, like just generally, but particularly for non-competitive players like me. For competitive players, maybe like hunting out, I don't know, because I'm not one, but I'm assuming like hunting out the best lists and stuff is part of the fun, so that's all well and good. But for people like me, it's like, I want to use the cool models that I've got on the table, and for them not to just like be blasted off turn one. So yeah, can only be a good thing for internal codex balancing. Cha 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 cha. Okay. Oops. Just grab that there as well. Cool. Last one to make green, my good friends. Last one to make green. Mr. Will Miller says he had his first game at Warhammer store to find out how to play. Shining Spears with Guide and Ghost Walk stomped most of an Intercessor squad turn 1. Mostly here for the painting though. Good on ya. The Fate dice made the initial charge super strong, I bet they did. Yeah. First game, eh? That's cool. Oh, do you mean, hang on, store to find out how to play. Do you mean your first ever game of Warhammer, Will Miller, or do you mean your first game with the new codex? Yeah, and Gil, I heard that the Reapers are not, like, the thing is like people say, oh, it's not playable anymore. Are they referring to the fact that they used to be like super powerful and now they are normal, or are Reapers actually like reduced in strength? Really, I don't know. But who cares when they look so cool? That's what's fun for me. Making cool looking things. Do cool things on the battlefield. Spray. Are we out? No, not out. No, good. Alright. Nearly there with round 1 of the airbrushing. Get into all the nooks and crannies. And then he is done. And we are done with the base coat. Alright. There is still
some more airbrushing work to come, I'm afraid, but it's all good. What I want right now, should we do a little, if you've never used an airbrush, this may be educative for you. This is how I do it anyway. People do it in different ways, some of which I'm afraid I take issue with. I'm afraid to say I take issue with the way people clean their airbrush. What a petty thing. I don't take issue with it. I just think that airbrushes, if you get good ones, are expensive pieces of equipment and you should treat them right. So this is my idea of treating my airbrush right. This is basically a must-have when you've got an airbrush, I think. Generally, I think it's a useful thing to have as a painter. A little bottle of water that has an angled squirty nib like this, so that you can get in. So what I'm doing is just passing just plain old water. I suppose if you wanted to be really fancy, you could use distilled water, and then you wouldn't get limescale buildup. But I live in a hard water area, and it's not been a problem for me using this exact airbrush for, I don't know, a while. Well over a year. Well over a year, like 3 years or something, I don't know. Okay, so if I was not going to take a little mini break, I might just take it to that stage and put my next colour in, because normally when you're working with an airbrush. Well, not normally, but frequently, what you're doing is you're building up like dark to light. So they'll be in the same part of the spectrum, which means it's not the end of the world if you've got a tiny little bit of the previous color in there, and it will clear out very quickly. So if I were to just jump straight into the next color, I might just leave it like that, to be entirely honest. And even when they're not similar colors, one of the things I've been doing for videos recently is kind of having to paint like a red thing, a blue thing, a green thing, an orange thing, immediately after each other, and it's fine. So you can just take it to there, and that speeds up your airbrushing, because this is the bit of airbrushing that people don't like, right? The thing that I don't do, that I see recommended by lots of people, is block the end of the airbrush and then like back, whatever they call it, like backblast it or whatever. I mean, look, if you do that, that's fine. I'm not judging you. But the airbrush manufacturers like quite specific about not doing that. When you read through like in detail the booklets and stuff you get with them, or at least mine always says, don't do that. So you don't need to. That's the thing I find. I mean, like I haven't like I've never found cause to actually do that. Other very necessary part of airbrush ownership is a constant supply, I'm going to clean the outside a little bit too, of Q-tips, because of this part of the cleaning job. I like to keep my outside a little bit clean as well. Also what I'll do is, because that tip does get a little bit dirty sometimes, and that can sometimes give you a bit of a weird spray, pull back on the trigger. This is something actually that I think they also tell you not to do, that I do, is pull back the trigger without airflow. But pull back the trigger so that you're not touching the needle, and then you can give it a good clean and then release. Just stay away from the needle at all costs. I think my needle actually, after a good few years of service, has finally gotten bent. So I'm going to have to take a little trip not take a trip, but have a little look around on the interwebs and try and find a good deal on a new needle. They're not usually very expensive anyway, but because I think it's just a little bit bent. It feels like I'm not getting quite the accuracy I once was. So I just gave it a little shuffle in there, and for the basic clean out, that's it. And I'm only, I did it over here, didn't I, like a bloody idiot, under my own head. Sorry. But all I'm doing is, again, another essential piece of kit is these stands with, I can't show you properly, but there you go, with a jar attached to the bottom. That's your cleaning station. And yeah, so you don't have to blast it back, just keep on sending it through, and it comes out clean eventually. If it gets really dirty, sometimes I find, mostly with black for some reason, you can pop the back end off like that, then you can open this up here, and I bet mine will be dirty now that I've said that, and then you can just pull your needle out. There you go, yeah, I told you. And grab yourself a Q-tip. You can wet the Q-tip with a little bit of what's face if you need to, a little bit of airbrush cleaner, and then just give it a good old wipe down. And that's it. It's not, but normally, like during painting, I would not do this. This is way more than I would normally do. Normally, as I say, I would just go through with clean it out with water, and then go straight back into doing the next color. Make sure that's in there nice and tight. Tighten that up. It's all good. All right. Anyway, there you go. If you don't own an airbrush and you're airbrush curious, then that's a basic cleaning. Yeah, I thought so. I've had a little bit of. There we go. Basic cleaning steps. Not too hard. Okay, let's see. What have you been chattings about? Fate dice. Made this charge strong. We did that. And everything's playable. Luck of the Laughing God dice are so much fun. How does that mechanic work again? I don't remember. It is quite different to Fate dice, right? First ever since 2nd edition. Wow, Will. Welcome back. Welcome back, buddy-o. That's awesome. What am I doing next? I'm going to do some more airbrushing. Just get this ready. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. Very, very different game to 2nd edition, my word. A lot more streamlined, that's for sure. There's a lot of charm in second edition, but goodness me, that was a complicated game. My 12-year-old brain could not handle all those rules. Woo! Oh, there you go. That's exactly what he said. There you go. Yeah, and templates are not needed. All right. Shall we have a little look-see, see what's been posted? You can't see what I'm seeing just yet. I'm going to have a little look. Oh, yes. We're making progress. We're making progress. Hang on a second. As he made a sneaky reappearance. Hang on. Zip over. We have lovely Eldrad. Oh, look at him. Gorgeous. That is a clean and beautiful Eldrad. Loving that. And that purple on there. Gorgeous. God, you're making me want to get my Eldrad out. I'll show you yours as usual. No, never mind. Shh. Okay. And look at this. Oh, yeah. A red Morgan Ra. We like that. Love it. That bone that's just the contrast paint bone. Some of those paints are good, man. That looks really good. I'm loving it. Is it just going to be the cave? Well, anyway, let's leave it. It'll be exciting. A surprise. I want to see it. Continue, Gil. Continue. And what is this? James EJ? If that's your real name. For those not in the know, James is my good buddy and also the person who got me back into Warhammer. So basically, James owes me a lot of money because I would not have spent any of this money if it hadn't been for him. But you know, that's fine, James. You can buy me a beer. Alright. Yes, that's not an Eldar. I hate it. I hate everything that's not Eldar for the purposes of today's stream. So there you go. I actually quite like it. Well done. Oh, and also, really, James, it's a shame you don't post to, as far as I'm aware, you don't, unless you've been keeping a secret Instagram account, you don't post to those kinds of social medias because that one orc mech dude, whatever you call him, that you've been working on recently, that kit bash, that looks bloody awesome. And that would definitely be worth sharing. All right, let me hop on over back to the live stream. Yeah, you're not making yourself known in here, are you, James? You're not making yourself known in this chat. All right, next paint color is going to be this poison green. It's not 100% coming across on camera, but it's a weird color. I can't say it's. I think it would be a lie to say it's a nice color, but it's bold. It's a bold color, and that's okay. Bold is what we want when working with these underpainting kind of techniques. Usually, there's no such thing as a strict rule, is there? But bold gives like impressive. What do you call it? Results. And you don't have to worry about it being like too overpowering because you're going to layer over more colors. All right, pardon me. I'm going to pop on my little hat and then pop on my little mask. I should have taken my glasses off. Oh, it's all going horribly wrong. Let's do that. The thing is, when you paint by yourself, guys, like you guys are, with no one watching you, you can do stupid things, like try and put your mask on without taking your glasses off. No one's there to see it. Aren't you lucky? That is a privilege I don't have. Alright, there he is. It's getting grubby with oils. Can't type too much, fair enough. Yes. Oh, no, this is when my nose gets itchy. Oh yes, okay. It's filthy, disgusting. But orcs and Eldar do have a shared heritage, right, with the old ones. So, no, it's very naughty. I don't know. Well, I'll let science pie, decide if he wants to allow such terrible behaviour. Okay, basic idea with this is I'm going to do a general zenithal highlight and then do a little bit more concentrated on the cloak. To start bringing up the value on the cloak for a little trick we're going to try later. I'm saying all this, it's probably going to go horribly wrong because I'm doing it on live stream, right? And that's the way it goes. But
let's give it a go. Let's try and zoom in a little bit, just so I can sort of see a bit better what we're doing. And go for it. Alright. So, Gentle is the name of the game, with an airbrush. We want to make sure that we're just working within the first really like it's not even a millimeter, I don't think. I mean, it's like, I mean, it depends on your airbrush, I guess, but you really are doing almost no movement backwards. That's the key to control with an airbrush. You know, I'm not saying I'm like some kind of like genius at it. There's people out there that are get a heck of a lot more control than I do. But I get the job done. I get the job done. Alright, so it's quite done. Okay. Look at that. Yeah. Exciting time to be an elf. Woo! Okay. Yeah. Alright. I think that'll do. Let's have a look. Let's take a little look-see. So, not a massive change on the front. Maybe we do need to go a bit heavier on the front. Although I need to look with my human eyes and not on the tiny little preview of the video that I'm looking at. And then the back's a lot more punchy, although a little bit speckly, but I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not that bothered by airbrush texture. I feel like the hate for airbrush texture is from competition painting, where they want to see that you've made an effort rather than just blasted it with an airbrush. Anyway, that's my the other thing, I suppose, is that the airbrush only gives you one texture, whereas a paintbrush can give you any texture you like. So, you know, if everything is mono-textured, that's not great either, is it, I suppose? But, yeah, but I'm happy enough with that. Let's move on to another one. See, these lizard skin capes are actually a little bit annoying because I can't batch paint it in the same way, I don't think. I'm going to have to do something different with them, right? I can't paint them like the rest of my capes. Anyway, we'll work out. For now, we're just going to get the value up, and the volume's shaded. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay, a little bit there. Alright. Yeah, it's a little bit more slapdash than I was planning, but that's okay too. Thanks for the reminder, Science Pie. Yes, indeed, people should be posting their work to the Discord channel, or mentioned by Science Pie in the chat. Give it a look. Post your stuff. See your beautiful things. We are a kind bunch who want to look at gorgeous things with you. Alright. Lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Very good on the front there. Looking good. Looking good. Alright. Still a bit of something there. Just so we've got something to work with later. Alright. Moving on. Number 3. Number 4. This lovely lady. Let's put that nice and bright up there because that's a cool looking thing. Nice volume as well. Always looking out for a nice volume, me. Oh, that could do some nice shading on that. That's how I feel. I've actually had a very lovely day because I spent the morning painting and then I spent the afternoon in a park and now I'm spending the evening painting again. So does it get much better than that? I'm not convinced it does. It's a pretty perfect day. Alright, lady. I like the way you look. I like the cut of your jib. Yeah, we're going quick, but that's okay. This is a 10-man squad, and I don't want to get stuck in eternal, unfinishedness with them, which is something that unfortunately does sometimes happen with me and larger squads that I want to look good. That's the reason for speed painting in my books. It's not because I want to go fast, per se. It's because I know what I'm like, and I'll get bored and I'll move on to the next thing. I know it's very naughty, but that's the fact. That's the truth of the matter. Alright, yes, beautiful, I love it, looks gorgeous, is good, is grand, everything is wonderful in the world. Next up, this chat. Hello, Old Blood Mazdamundi. By the way, I look like I haven't heard you in the thing. I like your name. I don't know what it means, but I like it. Nice bit of shading on that bad boy. Look at that. I don't know quite what I'm doing with some aspects of these yet, but we'll work it out. Alright. Mazdamundi. That rings a bell though. What is Mazdamundi? I feel like is that just a made up thing? It sounds like something that I know, but I can't put my finger on it. We're doing loads of paint. This close done. Oh yes, oh yes. Oh, the magic of the airbrush. Okay, again, being a little more slapdash than I was planning on being, but it's actually turning out alright. That is a slightly unnatural thing right there. Okay, level out a little bit more. Okay. Old Bloods were like, yeah, they're old, yeah, I know those guys. Oh, okay, Mazdamundi was just one of the oldest slime. There you go. Good to know. Yeah. Oh, are you a famous person? She's like, oh my lord. Or are we just excited because you've got a Slan name? Because Slana, of course, became the old ones, basically, in 40k. Ah, yeah. That's yeah. That's why I recognise the name. It's a great name, Mazdamundi. Slightly less kind of Aztec-ified compared to some of their other names. It feels like you need a tottle in there somewhere if you want to be truly Aztec. But yeah, Mazdamundi sounds like a Middle Eastern king. Mazdamundi. All right. Like a Babylonian king or something. What am I talking about? It's only 9 o'clock and we are already speaking rubbish. 9 o'clock though, we're the first hour down. The general way it's gone so far is that we sort of aim for a roughly 11 o'clock finish, because that's normally by that point my brain is normally pretty fried. We'll see how it goes, but yeah. Expect me to be around until about 11 o'clock. You can do what you like. You. That was a bit of a heavy pull on Pretty Wet Egg. I mean, I suppose you can't be here. Well, can you? I don't know how long the chat stays open after the live stream stops. Is it immediate? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, one more to go for the second stage. Look at this lovely lady. Alright. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Alright. Cool. Alright. I think that is the yellow stage. Ready? Here comes the voice again.
Done. So that's nice. Ooh, goodness me. I've got yeah, I've got mask face. Maybe I should start a beauty channel as well. I can teach people how to have beautiful mask face. Okay, let's give this bad boy a little clean out. I've been trying to keep up with the chat, sort of. We've had Mazdamundi's come in now. Mr. Mazdamundi is a law. I should know who you are, shouldn't I? I'm being terrible, aren't I? I'm quite certain I'm being very rude, and I should know exactly who you are. And maybe I do, and I just don't immediately recognize what's going on. Squirt. All right. The lizard man had crazy range names like Aztec gods, stuff like Tic Tac Toe. Oh my lord. Old school GW. They did not give a poop. Not even one of them. They did not give a flying fiddle. They would call stuff whatever the heck they liked. Lovely. So, if I'm to understand chat correctly, Mr. Mazdamundi, you are a law expert. How do you feel about the representation of the Corsairs? Historically speaking, are we looking good? Are they doing justice? I mean, I feel like you know, a lot of the releases recently have been kind of fan service. Seems like an unfair like term. It sounds kind of derogatory, but I feel like they've been making stuff to please people. And that's cool. So yeah. But yes, a lot of the recent like stuff that's come out, especially for the elves, has been true to old school elf form, and that is awesome in my books because, you know, why redesign the wheel? Okay, so let me just have a quick gander. What's going on Webway weekend wise? We got some more stuff in. Whoa, it's been painted. Oh my word. Okay, I'll look at that later. No, we're not doing that yet. We need more. Give me more. What are you working on? Old Mazdamundi digs the new Corsairs. They look a lot different than the older kits, but I think that's a good thing. Yeah, the old one was just Guardian upgrade sprue. Yeah, that's right. With like the really like weirdly long. Right. Oh, here's another question for you. Are those they're warp veins when it's on like a Farseer's head, or when it's on a Wraith person? You know, that's a warp vein. Do these things have a name? I don't know. Do they have a name? You know, I mean, these new guys have only got one. Where's one with one? There's one with one. You know, the little antenna at the back there. Those bad boys. Does that have a name? I don't know. But anyway. I guess it's not a warp vein because they shouldn't be doing anything too crazy with the warp, should they? But yeah, they had massive ones, right? The old Corsairs. Am I making that up? I've seen that seems to be in my brain box somewhere. That they just had these enormous, impractical things coming out the backs. These ones are a lot more unique and hopefully open the floodgates for a full faction reveal. Well, we can always hope. We can always hope. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, on the one part of me thinks, well, they're doing that. There's my hands, by the way, just so you've got something to look at. I've got one green one, I've got one pink one. I'm going to the doctors about it next week. No. On the one hand, are they using Kill Team just to get stuff out, just to be like, yes, we finally made that model, or are they using it, so that to kind of gauge interest, and then they're going to build it out to full factions later? I don't know. Could be a little column A, little column B, I suppose. Some of those releases might be just to get it out there, and some of them might be because more is coming, as they say. Oh, look at that. That's a funny colour. I'm leaking. I think I left it in there a little too long before. I got a little bit of backflow. That's all right. Okay, so next thing to do is make them blue, which may seem like a strange thing to do. I'm not rhyming on purpose, I promise. Flow improver, that's the one we want. So this whole underpainting malarkey thing that I'm doing at the minute is about, like layering up colours rather than kind of mixing it on the palette and what have you. You mix it on the model. I guess that's one way of thinking of it. It also gives you a different kind of mix. It gives you more of an optical mix rather than a pigment mix, and that changes. So if I just mixed this with the paints that I'm using, I would get a very different result to the one that I should be getting. Now, I did test this. I just got these speed paints myself recently. I tested it through the airbrush in a video, and it was fine, but it was a little thick, so it's not that. That's not what I want. This is what I want. So I am going to thin it down this time today, just to see how that goes. To gauge interest is your bet. Yeah, fair enough. The old ones had them looking like wings, right? Yes. Boo, 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 boo. Let's get some paint. I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I'm just going to put too much. The new approach: one new kit, one old kit with upgrades. If they hold their schedule of 4 boxes per year, I'll be impressed. Yeah, right. I mean, how many more of it? Well, I suppose they could just keep going. It's bloody Games Workshop's Warhammer. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of options, and there are a lot of things in the background lore. Right? So that's still a bit thick. I think that's still a bit thick. There's a lot of stuff in the background lore and what have you as well that they can draw on. I mean, I don't know. I think it might be cool if they break out of like the races that we know already as well. That could be fun. Although that said, well, I don't know. How do I feel about that actually? Now that I've said it out loud, I mean, I would rather just get a new race. That would be cool, rather than just like as a proper faction, rather than just like a little teaser. It's got to be in the works, surely. They haven't done, like, Tau was the last new full faction, right? And I mean, on the one hand, yes, you want like all of the factions that exist to get the proper like service and love that they deserve, and everyone needs to get out of fail cast and all the rest of it. But on the other hand, ooh, new stuff, exciting. The terrain, all the Eldar promo picks in the battle report had crazy unique terrain. I mean, I don't have enough terrain in my collection, so I'm buying the Kill Team boxes. Actually, I bought everyone that's come out so far, and I've been kind of making my money back by selling stuff that I don't want, sometimes painting it and selling it on eBay, that kind of thing. Because what I really want is the terrain from it, because it's a really good, like, for GW terrain, which is nice terrain. It's a really good deal, especially if you want something from the box, or you can sell it on and kind of make your money more or less back. I was a bit disappointed that we didn't get Eldar terrain. I mean, it's very, for me who doesn't have enough terrain, it's cool anyway, so I'm not like complaining, but some proper like ruined old Eldar cities and that kind of stuff Might have been nice. Might have been nice, G-dubs, but, you know, they've got to think about what will sell generally as well, I suppose. And maybe not everyone wants a whole map of, you know, Eldar. I certainly do. Then again, Eldar pirates wouldn't raid Eldar worlds. Well, but they might protect them from raiders. Nasty, horrible... In fact, isn't that the storyline to the Eldritch Omens box? Wasn't that what was going on there? Just going to do a little wipe out of the mask there. Slightly gross, sweaty nose going on in there. Was that green? Is this mask doing anything? Was the inside of the mask just green when I wiped it out? I think it was. Anyway, whatever. That's not promising. If the inside of your mask is the colour that you've just been airbrushing.
Proper exodites is what we need in the world. Oh my god. Hard agree, William Miller. Yes, the world needs exodites. If they want to do a little kill team, fine. But what we really need is a full army. Okay, I've got Speed Painter's High Lord Blue. Silly name. But there it is. In my airbrush. Thin down. We don't do ratios and stuff. You thin it until it's the right consistency, and as one uses an airbrush, one will discover what that is. It's okay to fail and get there in the end. And I'm just going to spray this over as a filter. And I hope, I haven't thinned it too much, and I think I have. Haha, he says. That's all that. Alright, go gentle. Go gentle into that good knife. That's alright, it's good. It's all good, just need to pay attention to what we're doing. Okay, this is slightly more delicate operation than the previous steps, so you'll excuse me if I a little bit go into concentration mode. There goes my bloody cat again. So what I'm trying to do here, incidentally, is I don't need to do her face, what am I doing? Is get everything but the cloak, and I don't need to get the face with this filter that's going on over the top here. Because I've got an idea for the cloak that I want to explore, and that'll be real live on-stream experimentation. Okay, she's looking good, but she could do with a little more depth. Better. Just a little extra layer from below. Cool. Yeah. Alright, not bad. It doesn't look like much on the camera, but it's looking alright in the real world, and that's the important thing. Breathing in my mask, which apparently makes it harder for me to breathe, but still gets green on the inside. I don't understand. I've never noticed that before. I'm going to have to do a little looking into that at a later date. Okay. Looking good, Mr. Man. Spin it round. Okay. So the other thing here is that while I do want to filter more or less over the whole model, I'm also sort of trying to keep it off of the high highlights, and keep the high highlights a little cleaner of this blue than the rest. Okay. Just so we keep some of that kind of initial contrast. Cool. Another one bites the dust. Let's do Bossman with his fabulous hair. That's something we haven't talked about yet. Look at the fabulous hair on these guys. Oopsie. Very, very 80s metal band. Which is pretty old school GW feels. Makes sense? Makes sense when they're reviving an old bit of the intellectual property. Never liked that phrase, intellectual property. What does that mean? But yes, that's what it is, IP. Lovely, lovely. Okay. It's a good colour. We like it, we like it. Next up, Birdie. Is that going to be, no, that'll be 4. So I'll do 5 and then I'll do a real quick break again to, oopsie, see what you guys are working on. And then we'll do the other 5. So the change on this one is not as dramatic, but putting this blue over, it just kind of adds extra depth and what have you. Sometimes when you underpaint, and I'm hoping we'll see some of that in a bit, you get these really wild results. You know, it's colour mixing, it's not like rocket science or whatever, but it still like looks amazeballs. So slightly more muted. Splish splash on there. Alright, one more, we'll do the Farseer type character. Is he called he's not called a Farseer, is he? What's he called? I don't remember. Okay. I might do a little bit of undershading on these guys as well in a bit, but we'll see. Way Seeker, that's it. The naming, man. Sometimes
Sometimes it does feel a little bit like the guys at GW are like, oh my god, how many more ways can we find to say like someone that is looking into the distance or whatever, you know? Okay, it's not so green on the inside. Maybe it's not trying to kill me. All right, cool. Groovy Pie, that's probably going to be all right in there because I did put a heck of a lot of thinner. That was painful, don't do that. Let's have a look. No, you see, you naughty people, you need to post more. But we will look at what we've got. This is, he's been painting it as well, the cheeky bugger. Look at this. Oh, he's done one photo. It's good. It's not Eldar. We shouldn't look at it too much. But this is my mate's Orc Kit Bash. This is James's Orc Kit Bash, and it's freaking awesome. He's not even showed the cool bit at the back, which looked awesome. Anyway, no more because it's not Eldar. Very naughty. Swooping Hawks Kit Bash. So I want to see what you've done here. Yeah, okay, yeah. So you've used what's Dire Avengers as a base, it looks like. And you put your little birdie in, love it. That gun, is that from the kit that I'm working on right now? Or is that from, who else could have that gun? Oh, that could be a Dark Reaper. Exarch could have that gun, right? Where are these guns from? I like this. Where are the guns? How have you done the last? Who am I talking to, by the way? Sobster. Sobster, are you in the chat? Tell me how you've done this, because I want to do it too. I think this looks absolutely bloody awesome. This is a very cool kit bash. If I decide to go the kit bash route for some swooping hawks, I want to try and find some wings that look. I suppose it would all just be Exarch wings, wouldn't it? Autarch wings. Because I want to try and I really like the kind of mechanical look wings as well on swooping hawks, but these look bloomin' spectacular. So it is from this kit, because I recognize the little swirly swirl there. Yeah, that is gorgeous. And I guess this is also from this kit, because they've got bits of it. Have you done like some gun kit bashing? I want to know. Tell me, how did you do it? What was the magic? Sorry, yes, here's the beautiful Eldrad again, looking stunning, very, very sharp. He's looking very sharp. He looks awesome. But the reason I'm laughing is because Baroth Cryer, the old paint, seems to have joined us and has come in strong with a picture of the gun meme Eldrad. So thanks for that. That's given me a little giggle. I do like that one. I don't know why. I think it's just his face. What are you working on, mister? You're also working on pirates, I see. Or pirate kit bashers. Lovely. We talked about those ruffs before, didn't we? What are you? Anyway, love it. Very cool. Back to the chat. Hey, Louis. No worries. There's no problem with being linked. It's an open house. You wander in when you want. Should we do a before and after look? I don't think this is going to come across on camera. I'm always very I talk about that a lot, and I probably shouldn't. I should just either get a better camera setup one day, or just not mention it. But yeah, you miss a lot. Yeah, you're missing a lot. What a shame. Well, there's a lot of depth after I put this blue on that you can't see on the camera so well. That's fine. And we'll pump up the contrast and stuff so it'll look good on camera later. All right, so is that you, Mazda Mundi? Okay, now it makes sense. Yes, people with different names on different platforms. It's one of those things, and I'm like that as well on some platforms. Luckily, I'm not saying do this. This is just I'm talking to. There you go. You were looking at some behind the scenes YouTube stuff. If you never live streamed on YouTube, that's what it looks like behind the scenes. So you can change your name on Discord per channel or per server or whatever they call it, which is pretty cool, I think. So you can give yourself a little nickname. I can't remember how to do it, but look it up. It's possible. What are we looking at? Yes. So it's the Guardian Torso. Yeah. The Dire Avenger heads. Yeah. Ranger rifles snipping off the scope. Oh, that's it. And the cable. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough. Yeah, nice. And Scourge wings. Yes, gorgeous. Lovely kit bash.
Okay. Clippity clip. A little bit more blue to do. And then we're going to do something exciting. We're going to try a very different colour. If I can put my glasses on. There we go. Alright. Let's get this blue done now. Very thin, Craig. Go gently. Go gently. Okay. A little bit of a doohickey there. Yeah, you kit bash types are very, very clever. I never see it. And then I see someone do it and I'm like, oh, that is so obvious that is a cool way of doing that, or that those two pieces would look good together or whatever. But for some reason, my brain doesn't work like that yet. I suppose it's just practice. But I'm very impressed always when I see a good kit bash. As one frequently is when one encounters things that one is not so good at. Oh, don't forget on the cloak. Alright. Nicely layered up. And another one bites the dust. You next, sir. Whoa. A little overexcited there. Splooged my blue all over him. There we go. This is a family-friendly show. Just to remind you. So whatever you were just thinking when I said splooged my blue all over him, it's not what I intended. Lovely. Oh, they are nice, these models. Oh, yeah. When you get a little bit of paint on them. It's very exciting. And you think, what magical things can I do with you? The magical things you can do are, well, paint them and play with them. Okay, looking good, looking blue, looking green. These are the colours that I did envisage, so that's always nice when something looks the way you were hoping it would. Filling in, filling in, filling in. Okay. I wish YouTube had a native way of sharing more in the chat. Although, I mean, it's good to have it separated out because then you can go back and look at it, I suppose. Yeah, no, maybe it's better this way. Okay. Okay, yeah. 2 more to go for the blue. I'm trying not to rush because quite thin paint in there, which means it's much more likely to spider web and do all that stuff, so then you've got to go nice and slowly. Also because I want my models, well, I mean, and yeah, because I want my models to look good. Throw up the kit bashes, people. Show me what you got. I love a good kit bash. And we all want to see it. More kit bashes. All of the time. Like, I feel like Eldar is difficult to kit bash, but I think that's just because I'm bad at kit bashing. Because then I'm looking at like stuff that Mazda Mundi posted just now, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's not that hard to have awesome ideas. Oh, like, yes it is. Maybe Eldar are, kit bashable. But I think there are some, I mean, like, there are definitely, like, factions that lend themselves a little more to kit bashing, right? I mean, like, orcs. You know, that's what they do in the lore, so seems like anything is fair game really with an orc, isn't it? You can bash from any kit, whereas Eldar have a little bit more of a refined and defined aesthetic, so you have to be a little more cautious perhaps about what you throw together. Or don't, you know, or just change it to what you like. But if you're trying to keep it true to the Jez Goodwin Space Elf ideal, then yeah. Alright, okay. I just want to give this guy another. He was the one that I went a little heavy-handed on, so pull him back a little bit more. And then I'll show you a little trick. When you are not 100%. Oh no, I didn't do it as well. When you're not 100% convinced that. Sorry.
Things. When you're not 100% convinced that you're quite done with a paint, you think, oh, I might, and you're airbrushing. Obviously, you can tip it out the cup like that, but the trick is to grab another little cup and put it on top. It doesn't seem like much. You might be thinking, wow, you actually just took like 30 seconds of my life to tell me something that stupid. But it lengthens the life of that paint dramatically. Like, I was really surprised when I first did it. I was like, what? This paint is still good? Just by putting a little cup on the top? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Trapping in the moisture. But, yeah, more so than you might even realise. Spray, spray, spray. Alright, that'll do for now. I know that my next colour that's going in there is going to be sort of a... Well, actually... No, we'll do it the other way around, actually. It won't be a similar colour, but that's clean enough for my purposes. That's for sure. Right, we are at the official halfway point. And what normally happens at the official halfway point, and what's going to happen now is... I suddenly need to use the restroom rather seriously. Do I have it here? No, I thought I did. I thought I specifically did that. Oh well, we'll make a new one. Text, call it whatever you want, and it's going to read be right. Oops, can't spell right back. So I'm going to hit OK. Is it there? Oh, I know why it's done that, because I'm a bloody idiot. No, still, I feel like I've gone backwards with my ability to use. Yeah, there it is. It was there all along. My ability to use OBS. I mean, I've literally used this in like live theatre events and stuff. I should know how to. Theatre events? What did I mean by that? Shows, musicals, actually. Specifically, the one where I used OBS was Tommy the musical. There you go. Anyway, I should know how to use it, surely, but apparently not. Apparently, I'm still an idiot. What do they look good? Let's do a little artful arrangement of our work in progress with some glasses. Very nice. There you go. You can look at it from above. I suppose since this is on a little thingy, you don't even have to look at it from above. Could try and get super fancy pants. There you go, look at that. How's them apples? That's my work in progress shot. Can we get a little bit lower? I think that's as good as it's going to get. There you go. Lovely. Some very greeny, bluey looking people. I will be back, as the sign says. I'm going to get rid of that. In just a moment, and post your minis. Post them so I can see them, you cheeky buggers. sound of me re-entering the room. Come bearing fake beer. Yes, that wasn't a product placement. I don't know. Oh, what it was me opening a can. Alright. Beep, 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 beep. So what's going on? Are we having big chats? Hang on. Let me just pour this, because I know that if I try and read chats and pour a beer at the same time, I'm going to spill it everywhere. It's just a fact. Alright, I am back, so I can now get rid of that. Lovely. Let's see what we've chatted about. Definitely kit bashing. I've lost my place. An autark from Shining Spheres. Yes. Yeah, that's got to happen, hasn't it? Because the current autark on a jetbike, unless you're into old school Warhammer, in which case enjoy. But he ain't looking snazzy, is he? He's not looking snazzy like his new friends. Drukhari, though, they arguably rival orcs in their kit bashery. I've never really thought about that. I don't know, is that right? I mean, I'm not big into Drukhari. Even with these guys, like I was like, I'm not putting those Drukhari helmets on. I'm not having them. Don't like them. Don't like the Dark Elves. I like my craft worlders. But yeah, they've got like loads of. I mean, and they've got all of those weird like biomassy things as well, I suppose. So yeah. Oh, there you go. New Guardian kit is awesome. Yes, it is. Yes, it is dynamic. Yeah, and also really nice with these new kits. Like I think they did the orcs a bit of a dirty, to be honest. Like not giving them like a lot of options and all that kind of stuff in the kits, but we are lucky. We've got options and bits, I suppose. Not really options, but the Guardians don't need options. They need bits, and that's nice. Or it's nice to get the bits. What's Louis working on? I want to know too. Outside the Warlock kit, the range increase has really brought us a plethora of new bits to play with. Yes, it has. Don't forget my microphone. Yes. Yeah, mine was about like 60 something quid, I think. So yeah, awesome. Waiting for Banshees. Some Shroud Runners. Oh my lord. Gosh, we are busy people. Let me have a little gander over this way, see what we've got. Okay, just a little bit of work on there. We'll see if we get a bit more before we jump back into the chat. 5th edition Drukhari redesign was made to be interchangeable, so cable lights. Right, they're all modular. Goodness me, that's yeah, okay. Very impressive for kit bashing. Varying shades of green minis. I look up finally from building and I see varying shades of green. Yes, indeed. Plan was show you investigator crew. Ready for the next Webway weekend. Yeah, not next Webway weekend. What about this one? What about right now? I want to see stuff now, damn it. Right. Okay, so back to painting land. I am liking the way these are looking. But what we need now is a big tonal contrast, and the idea that I've had for this is to play on the fact that yellow works as a base for orangey red colours and greeny green colours, as you can see in the colour wheel that I keep above my head at all times because it sits between. That was something from a live stream a million years ago where I was talking a little bit about colour theory and found that and stuck it on, and I've just left it there because I don't know, it's quite nice to have a little. Where is it? It's on this side, isn't it? Oh, where's my hand? There you go. There, colour wheel. And I wish I could like point. It feels like I should be able to like point at things on it, but anyway, I can't. Oh, don't be shy. Well, no, I'm not going to pressure you into showing us anything. You do you, my dear, and you show it to us when you are good and ready. So I'm a bit scared about doing this because you know, I hope I never give the impression that I know what the hell I'm talking about, because I really don't most of the time. There's a couple of things which I feel like I've yeah, I know how to do that. I've kind of nailed that, but generally, but when you've got a YouTube channel, which apparently I have, there's a little extra pressure to be good and not to mess up. This is gonna want. Oh, maybe it's not so bad because it's a what's face. So, live experimenting. Is it a good look? I don't know, but that's what we're going to do. So what we've got, I like the idea of doing orange and, doing like bluey, greeny, turquoisey colours, like these guys are sort of headed towards. Although we might mix that up a bit with orange. I think that might be quite nice. Again, look at that colour wheel. They're in kind of interesting, at interesting angles from each other, right? For kind of a good sense of contrast. I might want a little bit more than that, so we're gonna give it a go anyway. Bum bum bum, dee 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 dee, do do do. Ooh, that's not. I don't want to show you my disgusting desk. It's not so bad at the moment. It's been a lot worse. It has been a lot worse. All right. Okay. This paint is as thick as the other one, so let's give it a little bit of thinner. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay. And that brush, come back to me, my beautiful. Wait, I don't have any, if we do any brushwork later, we might have to go grab some. I don't have any kitchen paper, I've only got toilet paper. Ah, that's a lovely colour, that. Have you seen that? Oh, after all this green and stuff, got a nice warm rich colour. That's almost like not quite treacle, but caramel. There you go, that's what I'm looking for. Bloody love that, I do. Let's see what it does through the airbrush over an existing coloured base. Yeah, so I'm not going mental. This should all work. Theoretically. Morgan Ra with wings sounds legit. It does sound legit. Oh wait, is that a thing that's actually existing in... Alright. No, I want to do this first. I'm going to do this first. You will entertain me. Let me just get these cloaks orangified. We're doing it with airbrush because we're feeling bold. We're feeling bold, my beautifuls. We're doing a little bit of detail work with the airbrush every now and then. It's good for the soul. Keeps you on your toes. All that jazz. Right. Ah, okay. Sorry, no, he's not in the chat. That's you were talking about it. Oh my lord. Throwing things around like a damn fool. That's my other cat making a noise. The bloody cats. Oh, get some of the last bit of blue out there. Oh, no, I do. You hear that cat? It is ridiculous. Come out, there's nothing wrong, baby girl. And there is nothing wrong with her. She's fine. I've mentioned it before. These gloves, by the way, are biodegradable, so I don't feel too bad using multiple. Okay, back to life, back to reality. Let's orangify it. Ooh, don't get overexcited. I like it. Oh yeah.
I might have gone a little bit over the top with the thinning here, in an effort to avoid losing my underpaint, which is a bit of a shame. It makes it harder to handle. It means I have to go a bit slower. But that's pretty. That's a pretty colour. That's a pretty contrast. Ooh. Yeah. And this underpainting malarkey, one of the things it does is keeps things cohesive with contrast. So like the greenness, the yellow has stayed like a nice bright orange, but the greenness mixes with the orange to make a dark kind of moving towards browns and blacks and what have you. But it's still got that green like living underneath it, so it kind of holds the model together, I think. Makes it feel kind of coherent and in one world, which I'm into. I'm into it. I like it. It's something that I've been having a lot of fun playing with recently. If you watch any of my videos, you'll know well that that is the case. Get it right in there. Not have to worry too much about that. Is it always this noisy? Sorry! It also is because I'm in a shitty little room with, like, you know, what's the baby? But it's the compressor bar off that makes the noise. And like it kind of says, you can get quieter ones, but the important thing is to get one with a tank so that it stops like this, and you get at least a bit of peace and quiet every now and then. That's what makes the big difference. Oopsie. But I don't know, I love my airbrush. I know some people I don't know. I get the impression some people are kind of against them for some reason, but I think they are mint. Do do do. Filling in, filling in. Alright, cool. And another one bites the dust. And another one. Don't mind the scooshing sound, but it's the mad whirring sound. It's like Havana syndrome. What is Havana syndrome? I don't know, but yeah. Yes, it's not, I mean, ideally the compressor would be in like some other place. Just have a long hose to bring me the beautiful air that I desire. But unfortunately, that's not possible. And I don't have anywhere else to put it anyway. Oh, you're getting sloppy. Naughty boy. Okay. 3 down. Oh Lord. Am I causing, there you go, there's some psychological warfare. Is it bad in person, or is my airbrushing on stream also triggering PTSD. Wow. Never mind. The results that count. Get in there a little bit. We're making some sweet progress on these bad boys though. Oh yes we are. 4 down. Oh, actually, put him aside. No, did I do? No, I just want to do the regular cloaks. No, yes. Oh, this is going to be a treat to try and get this one done accurately. Is it on screen? Yeah. See you in a moment. Take this opportunity to remind people that they can post their works in progress on the Discord. It's linked numerously by Science Pie in the chat, and also is linked in the video description. Post your minis, I want to see them. Do 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 do. What's going here? Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is a fiddly one. There it goes again. What? What did you say? Alright, well, I will reconsider the airbrush for future streams. We'll see. I'll watch it back and I'll make the decision myself. Was it worth it? I mean, it's worth it for me. I'm getting a lot done. But thing is like, you know, otherwise you're just going to see me edge highlighting on screen for all eternity. Is that, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's burden. Oh yes. Oh, I'm loving this colour. Genuinely loving this colour. Well done, Speed Painter, Army Painter. They do Speed Painter yours. That is a pretty colour. Oopsie. Okay. Yeah, but just when you start, how expensive the pieces can be. Yeah, it's not something you jump into lightly like most other painting things, where it's like, just pick it up for, you know, even like contrast paints are expensive. If you wanted to get a whole set, it's quite a upfront investment. But if you just wanted to try one out, you could pick one up. The airbrush, yeah. They should do. I had an idea for a business that I'm not going to do, so someone do it, and then when you're very, very rich, then you can just, you know, cut me a little check. But shouldn't there be hobby spaces like a, you know, FLGS, like a local friendly local gaming store style shop, but that has equipment in it, like you have builder, you know, like what do they call them? Builder spaces where they've got like CNC machines and all that. Wouldn't it be good if you could just like go and try out an airbrush or some paints and stuff, and you pay to get into the place, and then you can use the equipment. There are people on site who can show you how to use it. Blah 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 blah. I don't know.
Seems like a good idea to me, but I have no idea what good ideas are. I would have used that before I had an airbrush. I would probably still use it now for certain things. 3D printers as well. Ooh, pardon me. Like a local gaming shop where you could go in and like take your files and be like, can you print these please? And they'll print them for you. That kind of stuff. Surely that'd be popular. I don't know. I think it would be cool. All right. Yeah, so that was the Fire Giant, Gil. That was Fire Giant Orange over mostly the yellow, the acid yellow, or whatever. It's poison green, I think it's called, sorry. from Molotow. And it's given a rather attractive sort of shade of brown, I would say. Shall we use them how they're intended? Should we do that first? Yes, I think we shall. Everyone wants a break from the airbrush, so I will give you a break from the airbrush. There's a last little bit of airbrushing that I want to do today, I'm not going to lie, so you will have to forgive me, and that might go off again now when I clean. But let's take a quick break. Let's see what other colours are in the speed paint range, the ones that I have anyway. Should we get out the green board quickly? Shlubum. Purple, yes. Grey, no. How many do I need? 3. Oh, and I've got that one. I don't. Right. I want help. So, good afternoon, evening, Lokio. There's no such thing as late. You're here. That's all that counts. Right. So we've got this guy on here with this. It looks like skin sewn together. It looks like a Drukari cape to me. What are your thoughts? What should we do? At the moment it's kind of green and yellow, but that's not how it's going to stay. So tell me what you think that should be. Should it just be patches of different coloured fabric, or should it be skin? If it should be skin, it's a bigger job, significantly, but I'm willing to give it a go. We've used that already, so that's a no to that. We've just used that there, so we want contrast. We don't want that one. We've got green, and that can go in the maybe pile. What I'm doing right now, in case you're wondering if I've gone entirely insane, is I've got the 3 like dragon skin cloaks, and I thought I'd do just brush over some of these speed paints and see what happens, basically. And I'm just going through the ones that I own, and seeing which ones might work. Pallid bone will not work. I don't think that'll give an interesting result. I think that's it. I think that's the whole set I've got out. I thought there were more than that. Nope, that looks to be it. Okay, so I don't want to use the fire giant because I've just done that. The High Lord blue was already kind of a like a shade coat over everything. Grey is going to be boring, so I'm not going to use that. Crusader skins down here somewhere. That's not going to work, I don't think. And this pallid bone is probably not going to work either. They'll both be a little bit too weak. So we've got purple, brown, hardened leather, red, green, yellow. I think I definitely want to try one of the ones in purple. It'll go quite dark because of the green underneath, but that could be interesting. What other colours shall we do? What other colours? Yellow could work. Red will almost certainly do something interesting. Brown might be nice. Green, no, I'm going to throw green out as well, actually. We don't want green. There you go. So I'm definitely using purple. I've got 2 more to use. So choose your weapon. Or, maybe, no, I shouldn't do them all the same, should I? That'd be boring. Yeah. Oh, have I got 2? No, I'm a liar. There's only, I thought there was 3. Aren't there 3 with... No, I'm a liar. There's only 2. All right, so choose one more colour. Yellow, red, or brown. Yes, choose whilst I do the purple one, because that'll pick us up from the lag. All right, so yes, purple's definitely going down. We'll do the big boy in purple, shall we? Do this chappy in purple. I mean, when I say the big boy, it's just because the cloak is wider. And we'll just do it out of a little cup for now, because this purple's not. It has been shaken. I've sort of almost used it. Blub, 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 blub. I don't know how much I need because I don't really know much about these paints. I think I've even got the where is that? They gave you a free paintbrush, which I actually quite liked. It's not like a superb paintbrush for details, which is why it's gone into the lumpy paintbrush thing. Or at least I thought it had. Ah, there it is. But it's actually quite a nice. I like the bristle quality on it. Oh, the other colour, sorry, is to go on the other. So this guy's going to be all purple, and then I've got another skinny cloak. So he needs a colour. That's the idea here. So it's not mixing on one guy. I'm blocking in big blocks of colour right now, and I fancy that one guy got his dragon skin from one. I'm calling it dragon skin. I don't know why. One guy got his dragon skin from one chap, and the other one got it from another. So That's my thoughts. So this purple's dark. Let's see. Should we get in nice and close? Or closer anyway. A bit blown out, isn't it? I don't know what to do about that. Considering I'm streaming. Oh, it's very dark. Gosh. I've got to move quickly with this stuff as well, I think, don't you? It's a general rule. Din 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 din. Din din din. So it's extra dark. I mean, I sort of guessed this would happen. It's extra dark because it's of the colours it's going over across the wheel from it. So that will always blend down towards brown and black. That's how colour mixing works, additive colour mixing. Subtractive colour mixing, rather. But it's quite a nice base, that. I think if I bring in some, like, this would be my darkest tone, I guess, on this guy. And if I bring in, and it's done the you know, the speed painty, contrasty painty thing of getting into my nooks and crannies. Yeah. He looks very shiny on the camera there. That's cool. Maybe we'll try and do like I don't want to do a gloss finish, but maybe we'll try and paint it like super shiny. Yellow and red. These are the words of Drago. Yellow and red. Yellow attack the purple well. The colour of the Void Dragons, who are the second most famous Corsair band, if you care about that kind of thing. Why is he red and black? Yeah. So I'm not doing like, I'm afraid I am doing my I do dig it, but these guys are going to be a custom thing that I haven't really worked any custom law out for just yet. Nice for you to join us, by the way, Dargo. Always a pleasure to be in your company, sir. I think so. Friend. Anyway, so yeah, let's give it a kind of a cool shift. So, all right, we're going to do a little mixy. Should we give that a go? We'll do a little bit of wet blending. My lord, being very adventurous. We're doing wet blends. We're using paints we've never used before. All right. No, none of you. Where did it go? There they are. So red and yellow. We're going to give them a go. It's going over green and yellow, so could be interesting. Where is he? No, you. Custom is always best anyway. Yeah, I think so. If you've got the patience and you don't care about the rules when they try and block you from doing it. All right, so these are the the two colours rather. This is the chap we're painting, just that cloak there. And I think I'm going to be a little bit conservative and just go with yellow where you expect it in the highlights, and go with red up in there, and just try and see if I can try and get some kind of new paints. Although these give me the impression that they're not going to split so badly. They look all right in the pot. So, in the red corner, it's blood red. I auditioned for that once. Can you believe that? To be a I don't even know what it's called, MC for a, not boxing. I think it was what's it called? Multi mixed martial facial beard extravaganza, mixed martial arts, MMA. I mean, I didn't think I was going to get it, but I just needed money at the time. I was living in Japan, and I needed cold hard cash, and I was doing voice work and what have you. It's one of the things that I've done with myself. Let's just blob that all together like that. And an audition came up for that, and I didn't get it. Cool story, Craig. That would have been good though. Just imagine how cool that story would have been if it had actually happened and I'd gotten that job. Trying to find a place for my light that I can see what I'm doing and you can see what I'm doing. Anyway, I hope you found that fascinating. That little peek into the mysterious life of GRG miniatures. I once did an audition for something and I didn't get it. Does funny things to your brain in this live streaming. You've got an audience but they're not there. What does it mean? Does that make sense? I think you know what I mean by that. This is cool. I like how this is turning out. Look at that. It looks crap on camera. It looks much better in real life. Stop saying that. Stop making excuses, Craig. It's true though. The blend. These blend nice. These wet blend nice, as you kind of would expect, I guess, from this kind of a paint. They stay wet for a while. They're kind of jelly-ish consistency. Yeah. Good call, Dargo. Good call, mate. This is what we like. Red and yellow. It's a weird, like, it's giving weird colours over the top as one kind of would expect, I suppose, of those colours underneath. So it's kind of muting out to brown. Again, that is what one would expect. Maybe we should get a little bit more red in there. Oh, splodgy. It's because I'm being splodgy. Things you do, even though you know you're not supposed to. Splodgy the paint. That is, try and readjust wet paint. Basically never works. So just don't let it dry and fix it. Unless you're like cleaning it off, that works. But like trying to remove the paint to some position that it's not in already. In my experience, frequently a fool's game. Yeah, it just needs to dry and then I'll need to do another coat if I don't like the way it looks. But yeah, we've got this patch here. That's what I was trying to fix, where it's not quite thick enough. And I think I need to go in with a bit more of the red when this is dried out a bit. But I like the way that looks. Yeah, good call. Now I kind of regret not doing a blend on that. It has turned out a really lovely colour. It's kind of this, let me explain what doesn't come across on camera. It's gone grey. It's definitely just grey, really. But it's a really like rich, I want to say bluish grey. It's really pulled out some interesting, just noticed a bit of interesting hues from this purple. I think this purple is, I mean, so the reason that this purple was pre-shaken and I had almost used it the other day is because I was going to use it for my next video, which is coming out on Monday, which is about underpainting purple. And then I got it in the cup, and I was like, this is not it. This is not what I'm after. It's a really interesting color, but it's definitely not a pure purple. It's definitely not like a so that's the color it is out of the pot. Bear in mind that the camera is saturating it a little more than it is. It's much grayer in the real world. So yeah, but for this job, that's really cool. It's pulled out some super interesting stuff. All right, okay, that's me chatting crap. Let's have a quick look at chat, and then we'll have a quick look at Discord. Bonk, before I make you all sad with my airbrushing again. Hang on. Ooh, clean this out quickly because I don't want it to get gross. Goodbye. Thank you for the fun. So, where were we? Oh my lord, all sorts of things have gone on. No, fire giant orange, okay. I could break your heart, Louis. I thought the drain was fully plugged one time. I was cleaning mine. Okay, this conversation is going on that. Too old for me to realise what's going on. I don't know what we're talking about. Autarks. About Battlefield Bermondsey. think the club there has or is planning to have a similar thing, lots of equipment and people who know how to use it. Yeah, okay. I told you it's a good idea. Someone's doing it. Must be a good idea. Oh no. So, okay, I must have missed a chunk of chat before. Sorry. Oh, Akaimi, you lost your needle down the. Oh, that sucks. What about does it not have a U thing? Are you in rented accommodation, or are you in your own property? If it's rented, I suppose technically you shouldn't do it yourself. I don't know, but if you clear out the sink, the cupboard under the sink. This is what happened, right? You lost your airbrush needle under the sink. This seems to be what happened. But if that's what happened, take everything out of that cupboard. You should have a U-bend in there. Put a bucket or like a basin or whatever, something to catch gross yuck liquid water that will come out. Undo your U-bend and you should be able to get at it. Theoretically, that's part of the reason that they have them. The other one is to stop noxious gases coming up from deep within the bowels of wherever you live. Okay, you could do the skin of the races you dislike play against. Well, what? But AdMech don't have skins. Well, not a lot of it anyway. It'd be Imperial skins. It would be human skins. I don't know why I dislike the Imperium so much, but I do. I've just developed, at some point I developed a dislike. And I own no Imperial armies. I've painted a hell of a lot of Space Marines now, but I don't own any Imperial armies. Although, I'm not genuinely it's not a genuine hatred, but I've just somewhere along the line developed this like never Imperium mentality. Very silly. I'll probably get like, I don't know, if I was going to get an Imperial army, who would it be? Custodes, maybe? Because they look like a lot of fun to paint in terms of like getting like a cool force together relatively quickly. Lots of practice for doing metallics, which is always good. Get the gold recipe down, that might be fun one day, but there are too many things to do in the meantime. Definitely purple, yes. Red and black. The Void Dragons are red and black. Yellow, tie and purple well. Yellow and red. I'm thinking Temple Guard blue for my Corsairs. Yes. And why not, sir? And why not? Better Void Dragon Inspired Guardian Squad. Yes. Sounds awesome. Alright, sorry. That's just me reading through all of the interesting stuff. Did I get a thing in here? Or did I get a thing in here? Yep, cool. Okay, good, because I already did it. That's not what I want to be. I want to be here. This is me getting myself ready for doing... Oh, let's get to where was the last one that we saw? Barath stuff. Okay, there we go. Science Pie is painting a beautiful Ulthway Autarch with a blue head, which is cool. Where'd that come from? I like that. I'm assuming he's Ulthway because I know you play Ulthway, sorry, and he's got bone and black, but maybe you've suddenly gone custom on me. Yes, love it. Did we have a comment with that? Oh no, this is Perk Ogre's Autarch. Started in the last stream. I'm a big fat liar. Yeah, lovely. So now, Perk Ogre, you have to tell me why he's got a blue head. Because I'm curious. This guy is supposed to, like, they've all got like aspects of sort of previous shrines, right? Isn't that that kind of idea with the designs on some of these guys? I don't know, but this one's those Mandiblasters, right? So he's kind of the what's the face, the Striking Scorpion. I think that's the Striking Scorpion rune as well, isn't it? Anyway, there's a very strong excuse me vibe. I like that. He's like, what? What did you say about me and my family and my elves? Yes, loving it. We're getting the bone and the blacken. This is a continuation of skill stuff as suspected. Gorgeous, nice. Are we going? What's going on? Well, this is all going to be bone around here, I guess. Is he going to be all bone under here as well, or are we going to get some of the classic black. I love the red though. That's very cool. Very cool. Old kit bashes. Nice. Who's the little dude in the back? I love him. That's awesome. This is Gene Steel Cult seems to be like a really good place to go for like all sorts of different kinds of kit bash. It seems to me. I don't know. That's the impression I get. Oh, that's awesome. Where's that head from? Is that... What is that? I don't understand what's going on. I feel like I recognize it, but I don't. That's very cool. No, I don't recognize that. Where have you had that from? Oh, is it from the... It's from the... Is that from the warp gate? Is that what that is? The warp gate. Listen to me. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Webway. It's called Webway Weekend, Craig. Is that from the web gate? That is very cool. God, that thing must be huge. I've seen pictures of it, but I've never seen one in real life, I don't think. And I don't own one. But if that's the size of those statues on the side, that thing is enormous. Nice bit of Ivrain body with some Autark head. Love it. Love it. And then old, what's her face? Vizark. Very cool. I don't know, sorry, if that's what they're playing as, but no, I mean, I recognise the body, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at this. Oh, I want one of them. Oh, I want one of them. Could you do me one of them? Is that an endless spell from AOS? I'm guessing. Is there like a corn one that's like, is it corn? I don't remember. That's looks like it's coming out of a pool of blood or something, but very cool miniature, very cool kit bash. Have we got another angle on that one? No. Yeah, love it. And a little toy dinosaur. That's what it was. Of course it was. Yes. All right. Yeah, I'm digging the little dino. Of course I am. And the head is from the Webway game. Yeah. We can make a pic next to a normal Wraithlord. Yeah, do it. I want to see. God, yeah, I need to get one of those gates. Apparently they're good in game now as well. Oh, I've done it again. You've seen behind the curtain. Where is the professionalism, Craig? And now you go to a shot of my half-drunk, non-alcoholic beer. Well, we're just having a good time, aren't we? That's the important thing. We're just having a good time. Are you dry enough, sir? I think you might be. Let's grab this, which will not be wet enough, but anyway, maybe it's okay. I think it lives. The paint lives. The magic of the dry palette. The magic of the dry palette. It's the wet palette that does that, Craig. Let's just try and fill in this gap here. I thought so. I thought you might do that. Feather it out. Eat the paint. I haven't read the label on these paints. I'm sure it's fine. Needs to come a little further down still. Alright. Yeah, that'll do. I think we can hide our sins later as well a little bit. But yeah. Liking it. Alright, now, as promised, because I know, you guys have been really enjoying it, I am going to do one more thing with the airbrush today. Poi. 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 Slop, 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 slop. The blue helms because of fluff reasons. They're a breakaway group. I love being a dork. No, man, I'm fully with you. My Ulthway, I gave myself a whole big, the famous dry palette. Yes, the infamous dry palette. Famous for keeping paints alive forever. Yeah, I mean, please dork away, man. That is what we're here for. Because my Ulthway, because I wanted to have an Ulthway army, but then I wanted to play with the custom craft rolls, as they were once called, traits. So yeah, I made up a whole big thing about Eldrad gathering together kind of a mini breakaway craft world that he was going to hide using things, and he was like secretly sending people off who were kind of like, the best flautist and the greatest dancer and what having building this craft world with all sorts of magnificent people on it, so he could, no matter what happened, he had like a final store of Eldari culture, was the idea. And so that's how I got away with having a custom craft world painted like Ulthway.
That was the idea. So we like dorking out. That's what we do. Making up stories. That's one of my favourite things with painting, actually, is just sort of imagining the lore as you go. Right. It's everyone's favourite. It's quinacridone magenta. It's everyone's favourite, right? It's why we're all here. Quinacridone magenta. All right. Let's put some quinacridone magenta in the airbrush. We're going in raw. We're not mixing, we're not thinning, we're just going for it. Gonna get it done. The reason I have put quinacridone magenta. Cheers, Perkoga. We'll see you next time. We've got about 40 minutes left on the stream, everyone else. But yeah, lovely to see you, sir. And I'm just throwing this in here so I can do quick bit of undershading. Why is he on a thing? I don't want him on a thing. Shouldn't take too terribly long. Shoop, shoop. And this is going to give me the contrast what I desire. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's cool. There it is! The sound you love to hate. It's the compressor. Right. Come on. Fill up. Actually, shall I leave it to fill up? Let's all just sit here and enjoy the sound of the compressor. Lovely. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Wearing away. And then going pink at the end. Right. Oh, it's gotten to that point in the evening, where I forget I'm streaming briefly, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. Sorry. Hi everyone, how are you? Nice to catch up. Nice to see you. Okay, yeah. So this is a really common thing if you don't own an airbrush. This is super regular, like something you'll see a lot of people do, is to throw your mini upside down, just give them a little spray with some kind of shade colour from underneath. I'll do a before and after in a second again. You'll see why. Because it just re-establishes them feathers, which is cool. There it is again. Oh, beautiful. It's like the son of an ancient race on the verge of extinction. I realise my camera is probably not quite the right place. So he looks like this, right? He's fine. He's got some good stuff going on. But then we get our thing with magenta in it. So turn the mini upside down. So give him a little blasty blast. Again, a little more slapdash than maybe the should do. And can you see the difference? Now it goes, ooh, look at all the colours. Yeah. Gives them a little bit more depth, a little bit more excitement, which is nice. Actually brought out the quinacridone magenta, now I remind myself, because I thought I might be able to get that on the cloaks as well. And yes, I can, and it looks quite good. So I'm going to have to go back and do that on the other ones quickly. Oops. Yes, I'm liking it. Not you, or you, no, cool. Alright, 5 down, 5 to go, and that will be it for the airbrush today, promise. This guy I want to be pretty dark, so there as well. Cool. Get in there. Oh, these colours. Oh, I do like a good colour, me. Oh, damn it. Getting overexcited. Alright, let's get in there a bit. Okay. Cool. 6 down, 4 to go. Okay, go back here a little bit. So here's something, you know, I don't know, this stuff is interesting to me, I hope it's interesting to you. I want you to look at the, he's not the best one to do it on, right, this guy. So, these are our state before, right, and then that's the colour that I'm spraying on, right. Quinacridone magenta is a true magenta, like, if anything, kind of on the pink side of magenta, not the purple side, certainly. But look at the colour that it turns over the blue-green. Alright, is that in focus? Doesn't look like it. There you go. So the colour of the blue-green, we get this like quite deep, rich purple colour that needs to come in here as well a little bit. Oops, yeah, no, that's okay, actually. But then, just a little bit more spray, a little bit more spray. Over the orange bit here, it's a completely different colour. Goes to red. Ain't that magical? Pretty magical, I say. I think it's magical. It entertains me no end, all this colour mixing malarkey. Alright, nearly there. 2 more to go. Here's 1. Spritz, spritz, spritz. Spritz, spritz, spritz. And get that nice and dark in there. And of course, magenta is the most magical of all the colours, I think. There's probably good reason for that. Scientifically. I've got my own theories, but they're probably rubbish and bunkum. Okay. pseudoscience rubbish, but almost there now. This is our last choppy. Alright. Cool. Cool. Nice. All right. Okay. I'm probably going to want to
do more of that myself tomorrow when I don't have to make you guys listen to me. Okay. But for now, the glove is off, the compressor is off, the glasses are back on, and we're going to clean the airbrush with the air that's remaining in the tank, and that guarantees that it won't turn on again and no one has to listen to the grrr. Yeah, the avatar, that is a good question. I'm so like when the model was first revealed, I was like immediately I was like, I'm just gonna have to magnetize it. I should have a choice. They're all just it's just all too cool. But I've cooled down a little bit since then, but I'm still really torn. I want to do one of the helmeted heads. I think the bear head is really cool. There you go. No helm, axe steady for Akayami. So yes, as noted. I mean, all of the issue is that all of the options are so good looking. I might just go classic with a spear. I might just have to go with the classic head. Yeah, and the thing, I mean, you know, as I said before, I'm building and painting one for someone else as well. From Reddit, actually. Someone who got in contact with me. I think it was through Brush for Hire. That's right. Anyway, so maybe I will. Maybe I'll satiate. I'll see what they want, how they want it built, and I'll satiate my need for an alternative build through doing that. I don't know. We'll see. But are we done? Are we clean? Yeah, clean enough for now. Cool. All right. What time is it? 10:32. Nice. Let's do a little recap of where we're up to. Let's see if we can get an angle that we like. It's always kind of difficult with my janky setup. Yeah, let's do that there. They might want something to sit on. So this is the work so far. Because you guys get to post nice pictures, so I'm going to do it like this. No, that's not going to work, because I'll just hold it. Because you can't see. So it looks like a lot's going on here, and a lot is going on. But that is what we want, is zone focus. Come on, you can do it. You know what might help is if I don't do green on green. Maybe whitish. Let's see. What's going on in the chat quickly? Yeah, axe and helm every day have a different preferred setup. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Cool idea of making a halberd with the spear shaft and the axe head. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah. See if I find or cast some spare bloody hands and give him all the weapons and 6 arms. That sounds like a very old paint style way of doing it. I like that. The many-handed god of war. We like it. We like it a lot. Yeah, nice. Got to get to bed, everyone. Thank you for this evening. Thank you, Gil. In fact, you're ahead of us time-wise, so yeah, you definitely need to get to bed. It's late. All right. Quick look at these guys. So yeah, we laid in. Yeah, this is basically what I wanted to get done tonight, so that's good. It's a bit more that I can do, but that cloak looks creamy AF. It's pretty. we've got nice contrast, and the colours are blocked in. It looks rough. It is rough. It doesn't just look rough, but this way of painting, that's how it goes. You get these kind of rough outlines, and then you go in, and as soon as you start throwing in the details, like colouring the weapons, colouring the birdie. Looking forward to you, mister. The skin, all that kind of stuff. Then all of a sudden, all of the kind of loosey-goosiness of the airbrush gets tightened up. And so you get all that benefit of the not free, I just spent 3 hours doing it, 2.5 hours, but you get the benefit of all of the kind of smooth airbrush blends and all that kind of stuff, and transparency work, but the tightness of brushwork. So yeah, I like it. This is how I've been painting a lot recently. We haven't done one of the cloaks yet. Very shiny. Yeah, that's such a shame that's not coming across, because it is a really interesting colour. I mean, I don't know, it's interesting to me. I find like ambiguous dark colours interesting. But yeah, we've got big old contrast going on. That last little bit of underspray we did. Lovely. Yeah, it's not quite as orange as I pictured in my head when I was kind of conceptualizing this scheme, these cloaks. I was seeing it as a little bit more, but then also whilst I was looking at them today, I realized I've got quite a lot of filigree work and what have you. So I'm going to take a closer look, and I might end up actually doing quite a lot of the armor, like the plate armor, in bronze, maybe? They might start getting a bit busy. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, look at that. It looks good. You're looking good, darling. Did a little bit of extra purple on this one to get some more, because I think she wants to be pretty dark, doesn't she? She's stalking in the shadows. This guy's the guy that I need to... So yeah, so if we're going to do skin, the reason that I haven't done anything else on him is because what I'll probably do is I don't think I'm going to get a convincing skin tone from this base. So when that happens with this kind of airbrushing technique where you're kind of blasting everything with the same kinds of colors and what have you, and sort of relying on underpainting and what have you, when you get something like this where you really do want it to be different, you just block it out again and paint it as you normally would. Yeah, so I think we'll probably do that on him. Probably. I'll see how I feel about it when I look at him next time. I really like the way this guy's turned out. Yeah. Yeah. Extreme contrast. Boom, 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 boom. We are just now just looking at all of them. Sorry, it wasn't necessarily the plan, but that's what I'm doing. Yes. Oh no, saying goodnight, go Gil. Still here for a bit. I don't understand. Ah, right. Yes, okay. Now I understand. I read through the rest of the chat. Yes. Yeah, we've got, I mean, I don't know, we've got like about 20 minutes left of the stream, probably, more or less. I mean, assuming, we go with the usual plan of finishing at 11ish. So hang out if you can, but no problem if you can't. This is another one of those things. Yeah, he's going to need a little bit of touching up, but the blend there, it actually looks pretty cool in the real world. And yeah, these paints definitely need a matte varnish over the top. I'm a matte boy. Like I matte varnish basically everything, even metallics recently. That was something I discovered. Throwing matte varnish on metallics looks really good. It just brings them down and gives this kind of brushed steel finish to them. That cloak is looking pretty, my dear. You're looking gorgeous. Yeah, I'll need cleaning up, but that's alright. Maybe just the pauldrons bronze? Would that work, do you reckon? Just one big bronze pauldron. I think that might be... I might have to do that backwards. I might have to do like... Normally I would do that next, but... Oopsie. Oh, don't hit the microphone. That never sounds good. Yeah, I might have to get some more colours on it and see if I think it's going to be too busy to do the pauldrons bronze. And there's... Yeah, I could still do his custom back thing, couldn't I, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't just have to glue on his other one. Yeah, I might do that, I think. Yeah. Because I think he'd look cool. The idea was to give him like more of a... put it behind in front of the camera, Craig. Give him more of like a traily, sort of a thinner traily banner thing. I thought that might look cooler than the square one, which I associate more with the autark. Who else has those? Like, Dire Avenger Exarchs also get those kind of square blocky banners, don't they? They look kind of like the Japanese, old, medieval Japanese banners, which I'm assuming where Mr. Goodwin got his inspiration. One assumes. One does not know, but one assumes. Alright. So, have we got anything more in the old Discord, I wonder? Blop. Boop, 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 boop. Where are we going to go with this camera? It's not going to be looking at much from down here, but never mind. Alright. I thought my board was upside down for a minute then. That would have been terrible. Kind of upside down board. Let's catch up with chat quickly. Really need to start using my airbrush. Worried I'm going to drown everything, splatter the paint and generally muck up. Well, you will a little bit when you start out. I mean, I still make mistakes. I've been using an airbrush for a while now. But the main trick is to get a little bit of practice on sprue and on bits of paper and that kind of stuff first, and get a feel, because you have to be so delicate with the trigger, at least on my airbrush you do. I'm sure it's different for different airbrushes. I know there's airbrushes out there where you can set how much of the trigger you can pull back, which I think is a really good idea, especially when you're starting out, because that's the real key thing, is that you think that the idea is just to pull the thing back and push the button down. But I said earlier, when I'm airbrushing anyway, I don't even think I'm using the first millimeter. So that's the thing that you have to get used to. That's the really delicate control. It's probably good if my phone wasn't in the shot. There we go. Yeah. So, but you'll get it. And then the other major thing is just paint. That's what I made a mistake tonight. Paint dilution. I went a little bit heavy-handed. And so if you have a very, very liquidy paint, you have a much higher chance of getting like spider webs and that kind of stuff. I think, but not because of the paint, I don't think. That's my general kind of experience of it so far. I get the impression that you get the spider webs with thinner paint because you are rushing. And with thinner paint you have to do like a layer, let it dry a little bit, which doesn't take very long with airbrushed paint, and then do another layer and let it dry a little bit. And I mean, like do this bit and then do this bit, do this bit and then do this bit. So yeah. But of course, if the paint is too thick, then you get splattery coming out. So yeah, getting that all sorted is the key, basically. All right, Science Pie, goodbye. Goodbye, Science Pie. See you next month indeed, sir. Well, we'll have a chat before then, I'm sure, but I'm going to have a quick look in Webway Weekend. Where am I? Oh, I'm here. Yes. Oh, yes. Ah, yes. Very good. So, let me slunk over. There we go. There's the Webway Weekend with a bloody thing in it. So yeah, they are massive, aren't they? They are bloody huge. Posted by Gil, but not Gil's. Yeah, they're very cool. I do kind of want one. Yeah. That's it. I don't know where I'll put it. I don't have enough space for all my stuff. Oh, and there's, okay, yeah, this is what I was expecting as well. There's one with an all. This huge crest is awesome. I love it. Did we guess? Yeah, we got another shot here. Yeah, looks very cool. I do enjoy that kit bash. Next project, Void Dragon themed Guardians for my Ulthway Inari themed army. I think the red and black will fit quite well. I agree. And that is some old school miniatures going on there. Oh boy. Love that. Look at those old heads and stuff as well. Are these, so I guess these are the, some of these are the old, are these, no, you said Guardians, right? Yeah, Guardians. But are these Guardian heads? Were these heads for Guardian miniatures back in the day? I thought they were a little more sort of like those, like not Harlequins, but those are the old Corsair heads. I don't know. You tell me. There they are. God, yeah, these are some ancient minis back. Oh, look at that one there. God, that is completely different. I mean, the whole kind of feeling. This you can say chainmail, so good. Old school Warhammer chainmail armor in the 40th millennium, 41st millennium. Love it. Look at that weird bionic leg as well. Super cool. Yes, Gil. Nice. Oh yeah, this bone is looking really, really cool. If I were you, I would go in with a little bit of bone paint, like acrylic paint. Just catch those edges if you dare, just to bring it out even more. But yeah, even if you don't, looks awesome. A little shrine man is on an extra big base. I like that. Give him the respect. Oh, Gil's not here anymore, is he? Well, anyway, I enjoyed looking at his minis. Oh, now I get it. This is Will from my Discord. Okay, now I understand. Now that I've seen your thing on here, maybe I just wasn't paying attention before. Sorry. Yeah, this, I really love this. We saw this earlier on the other Discord. Yeah, and nice. I didn't notice this actually because I was looking on my phone. Some nice bit of like edge highlighting and stuff going on there. Gorgeous. And the shapes that you can pull out of these armor panels look so cool. I haven't done it on any of mine because I concentrated on just getting the Tron lights, not lights, but because I didn't do the glowy effect, but getting like these all white. That was my look for them. But this, I really love this as well, where you pick out panels like this and just follow them through in the secondary color of the scheme. Looks awesome. Love it. Sweet. All right. Well, looks like we're winding down, my friends. It has been a pleasure, as always. And I hope that you had fun, as much fun as me. Apologies for the rush. I'm going to watch this back and I'm going to be like, oh my God, I'm never doing that again, aren't I? That's what's going to happen. That's my feeling. Well, we'll see. I hope it wasn't too bad. And as Science Pie mentioned, we will be doing another one next month. We aim for the last Saturday of the month, although I need to speak to Science Pie about that, because might have real life things going on as well on the last Saturday of next month, but we'll see. Stay tuned. It'll be posted in all normal places. I'm going to head off now and have a good month and I'll see you in all the various places that we see each other. Bye.